Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King. And tonight we're going to go over our college football midseason prop picks, which is our season totals. We made a lot of those before the season. A lot of people watched the videos. A lot of people were interested in the videos. And I just want to kind of go over where we're at, where we're standing about halfway through the season. Um, Most of the guys that we picked, I say they're on track, and we'll go over that. I think that season totals is a great opportunity to kind of like invest. It's like an investment for me. It's kind of like the stock market is an investment. You're getting really good numbers for really good players, and I think that it's a good edge. It's a way to kind of like hold on and get the best odds out there. A lot of people don't like them because you have to wait a long time to get your money. So it's like your money's held up in like a stock account or whatnot or a bond. But in the long term, you're making a lot of money on these college football prop picks season totals. So let's go ahead and look at what we have. This is what we have from last year. I mean, from the beginning of the year. And we're starting off, we did great last year. And this year we're doing pretty good. If you look at Caleb Williams, I had him got him at 33,600 yards. He's currently at 1,822 yards. So he's halfway through his season, but he's also over halfway over the number. It's really close. The number is very close. Um, you see, I put 15 units on him, so quite a bit of units on Caleb Williams um, hitting this over. So we need him to start getting going. If he continues what he's doing right now, he'll clear this number. But I feel like as I look at his schedule, he has Notre Dame left, he has Utah left, he has California, Washington, which should be just a should be a shootout. We're gonna need a shootout. Oregon, another shootout, and then UCLA, I feel like it's going to be another shootout. So he has some games left that he should be really racking up the numbers. Notre Dame this week has a pretty good defense, so I don't see him, you know, really reaching a high number this week. But they also have a good run defense, so it might force him to throw the football. I'm still super confident in this pick just because I look at the offenses that he's going to have to face. Um, and he's going to have to put up a lot of numbers versus Washington and Oregon. I think they'll score on USC pretty much when they want, as we saw how much they struggled last week and the week before against Colorado. So with that being said, I love his over right now. We're actually winning, so let's continue on that. Next guy is Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is almost clearing this number right now, 6 games through. Um, he's on pace. He's a little under 700 yards away. So pretty much in 6 games, he needs a little over 100 yards per game. Not going to really talk about it too much. His main thing is just to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, this is an easy clear. We got 12 units on him. Like I said, him staying healthy pretty much guarantees a victory. He plays the next 6 games. He's going to clear his number just by, throwing the football around a couple times. There's no way he's going to get under this number if he stays healthy. Next guy is Michael Penix. He's another guy who has started off really fast. His number's high. It's the highest number I took. Um, so with that being said, yeah, he has to kind of, hit this number and get going. But he's only 5 games through. And so he's got an extra game left. And he has some really good games coming up. He has some games where I'm looking at his team and who he's facing. And like I said, he'll have a game against USC, and hopefully both of them are going back and forth. He has a game coming up this week versus Washington that he should have. I mean, against Oregon, that he's going to have to score a lot. Arizona State showed the ability to kind of stay in the game, and hopefully he'll have to rack up some yards versus them. Stanford's a team that he may get pulled early because they may be blowing him out. Utah's a good defensive team, and Washington State, I think at the end of the season, it's going to be a game where it's going to be up and down and scoring as well. So he has some good opportunities to get a lot of yards. He started off really well. Man, he's had a couple 300-yard games. I believe he even has a 400-yard game. He's doing a great job, and I feel like this pick is a really good pick. I'm really excited about him just finishing out the year. Another guy that if he stays healthy, he definitely hits. Now back to Brock Bowers. I have 10 units on him. It's not under, it's units. That's what the U stands for. All these picks are over, by the way. Over 700.5 yards. He's 6 games through. He's getting real close to that number. He's at 545. You know, we're talking, another 165 yards in 6 games. I think if he stays healthy, he's going to manage that. He could get this in the next 2 games easily, and we got 10 units on Brock Bowers. He was one of my more confident picks. I've also been picking him in throughout the year, kind of pairing him with some of my guys that I'm picking. He's been great the last few weeks. George is finding ways to get him the football. He's a very important guy, and they're really taking care of that guy. And I love his over 700 right now. Look at Xavier Worthy. He's 6 games through. He's clearing it, but barely. He's clearing it, but not as comfortable as we want. We only have 5 units on him. He's a guy that I can see go either way, depending on how UT kind of uses him. He's been healthy all 6 games, but you know his targets are not really there because they have a lot of different guys and catch the football. He's going to need another really good game. I think if he can get us a 100-yard game, he can make it a more secure, but he doesn't need a whole lot of yards per game. But I feel like a 100-yard game will make it kind of secure for us to win this. Next guy we have is Malachi Corley. Malachi is a guy that I have 10 units on. I will be honest, I did pick him also for a few of those units are at 1,049 because his number came up. But in 6 games, he's at 538. He only has played 5 of those games. So his team has played 6, but he's only played 5. So with that being said, he's on track if he plays the rest of the season to easily clear this. Because if you really count his stats up, he's averaging more per game and only playing 5 games. And he only played half of the other game. So really, he's only played 4.5 games and he's got 538 yards. So if he can kind of duplicate that, then we'll easily take this win. Like I said, I have 10 units on him. KJ Jefferson is a guy I'm kind of worried about. He's right there, as you see. He's at 1,300. His number's at 2,600. His offense doesn't look explosive. I haven't really seen the improvements that all these people were talking about that he's made. His release is still very slow. But he got money for us last week here in the prop market, but I just don't know if he's going to reach this number. Um, it's going to be tough, but with 6 games left, this is going to be one that's going to be coming down to the wire. If he stays healthy, that's the most important of all these picks, but he's definitely going to have to get going and have a big game. Kind of looking at his schedule, let me pull this up. Uh, he has some games where he should have to score. I was hoping for a little bit more in that LSU game from him. Towards the end, he kind of, I would say, he didn't finish well with that pick. He had an opportunity to get a lot more yards, and he didn't really get it. So this week coming up against Alabama, one thing I know about Alabama is they're not going to let them run the football. Alabama's been very consistent with that. So him not being able to run it, hopefully they'll have to throw it. I just don't know how many passes he's going to get off with his slow release that I heard that he's gotten a lot better at, but I haven't seen it. So I'm really worried about that pick. That's probably the pick I'm most worried about. Other than this next one, Braylon Allen, he only had 5 games, but and I guess he's on track, but he's had some really really hard games where he didn't get to get a lot of touches. He didn't run the football a lot. The thing that I love about Braylon Allen going forward is the second string quarterback, a running back that was taking a lot of reps away from him. He's actually injured, so I see that he's going to get a lot of carries going forward. He's the only main back they have. So I think that's going to force him to get a lot of carries and kind of take care of things as far as that's concerned. Um, But like I said, they have shown the ability to key in on him. It's the Big Ten, so it's a bunch of good defenses against the run. You got Iowa coming up, who's very stout against the run. You got, Nebraska that could be good against the run, and Minnesota, who's pretty good against the run, I believe. So he has some teams that he's gonna maybe struggle with. I just need him to have a couple more big games. Another 100-yard game or so should get us there. But I believe he'll get the carry, so I'm pretty confident in this pick. I have 7 units with him. A guy that came on the board late, I loved it when I got it, was Shador Sanders. Not too much to talk about with Shador. If he stays healthy, he easily clears this number. He's at 2020 right now. We just need 2,725. Um, I knew he would play every snap, and he has. And I knew that he would be, somewhat successful. I didn't know it was going to reach this multitude, but I figured that, watching him at HBCU, I figured, hey, he can throw the football there, he can throw the football anywhere. And that's true. I mean, throwing the football is throwing the football as long as you have receivers to catch it. It's the linemen and the defensive linemen that really struggle when you go to different levels. So I knew that that would translate. Man, we just need him to kind of just stay healthy. He pretty much needs about a little over 100 yards per game. So I'm seeing him hitting that number pretty quickly. Hopefully, in the next 3 games, he hits that number. I believe that's about as realistic as I can get. We should have an easy cash. We should do it with 8 wins, 8 units. Next guy is a guy I'm also worried about, Jordan Travis. His number is not super high, but he's 5 games in, and he has a lot of work to do. Let's be honest. He's had some games where he hasn't thrown the ball well. He's had some games where they ran the ball really well, and it's kind of hurt, our number. But like I said, I love his over because I believe he's gonna have to kind of turn it up towards the end of the season. I believe teams are going to start trying to key on that running game because it's been so potent. I believe they're going to make him throw the football at this point. And I think it's going to get to the point where Jordan Travis is going to have to start chucking that ball around a little bit more. And they might have more competitive games, which makes them play towards the end. The defense is playing great, which kind of hurts us on the passing game because when the defense is playing really well, it's not a lot of scoring needed, and the coordinators feel more, conservative because they know the defense is going to take care of it. But I still think he's going to get to this number. Next guy is Drake May. Drake May, I do like Drake May's number right now. Oops, sorry, let me go back. That was our screen. Drake May, I like his number right now, 3,200.5. He's doing a great job. He was struggling coming out. They were doing a lot of running. You see, he's almost halfway, where we need him to be right now. But he's got 5 games, so he's got 7 games left. I put 6 units on him. He's a guy that had came on late to the board, but like I said, he's a guy that we're pretty confident in. And like I said, with 7 games left, he just kind of needs to continue to do what he's doing now, and we'll easily cash. Next guy, Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is a guy that, at 22,500, he's doing a great job. As far as, he had a very low number. The lowest number that I took was his. Spencer Rattler has a tough schedule. He has a tough schedule, and it worries me, his tough schedule, but he has shown the ability, even when, he's had, tough games, he's still able to kind of help and get points. There's some games where he got a bunch of empty yards, which helped us. We love empty yards. And, as far as passing yards and season totals, I talk about it a lot. But he has Florida coming up, and Florida's going to do a good job defensively, I believe, against him. But then you got Missouri. You still have a game versus Jacksonville State, who I feel like he should play a lot and open it up on them. and then you still got really good defenses like Clemson, who's going to have a good defense, and they're going to struggle to probably get a lot of yards on them. And Texas A&M defense is really good too. So he has some good defenses coming up. We're just hoping that maybe he can get some empty yards, that he can get some yards, some big plays down the field. Right now he's at 1,411, so he's doing pretty good 5 games in. He's almost, he's about 1,100 yards away. So, for the next 7 games, he can average, if he gives us one 200, 300 yard game, I feel more confident about it. I feel like I said against Missouri and Jacksonville State, I think he'll try to start opening it up, and I think they'll let him throw the football around. So, with all that being said, of the picks that I have, the only guy that I don't have on here is Joe Milton, which I don't have many units with him, but he's another guy that's kind of working. But look, Caleb Williams, I'm confident with. Jaden Daniels, we're doing well, doing really good. Michael Penix is great. Bowers is great. Worthy is okay. Malachi, I'm still on the fence with him. KJ Jefferson is the one I'm kind of worried about. Braylon Allen, I would be more worried, but he's the clear cut ball carrier, so I believe he'll get there. Shedeur Sanders, I'm pretty much saying if he stays healthy, it's a cash. Jordan Travis, I'm worried. Drake May, I'm not too worried. I believe he hits. And Spencer Rattler, as long as he stays healthy and he plays every single game, I believe he hits as well. These season totals all about staying healthy. And I believe with the guys staying healthy, they will cash. If you like what I've done for the season totals, please come back every week. I'm basically posting a video Thursday night, towards Thursday night, the end of Thursday night, early Friday morning for college football prop picks. So I'm doing this doing it weekly. If you please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any of the picks and you get all the picks that I give. A lot of times these line changes are moving, but go ahead and get into it and give me the likes. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe because I think that's going to help me keep going. You know, if you're a person that just came in and tuned in because you picked the season totals, hey, I think you're doing a great job and you're probably very satisfied with that. So go ahead and follow me throughout the year. I'll be doing weekly picks for college football prop picks via Prize Picks. So this will be a great opportunity for you to go ahead and subscribe. This will be a great opportunity to join what we have going here because we're doing something really good. All right, everybody have a great day and let's have a bull market.